Clash of Clans podcast, special episode number 1. Hey fans in the stands, just want to say thanks for your patience. We have been working really hard on trying to bring you a podcast, and of course, after recording episode 20, I made one of the stupidest errors that I thought I had already fixed. So we lost that episode, and Boneyard is in the middle of moving. So I've been listening to the comments on the website and everything like that. You guys want some content, so Boneyard's out for a few more weeks while he gets things situated. He's living a little about an hour away and commuting and everything. So what we're going to do in the meantime is I'm going to do some special episodes, and there will be a new episode every week in which we do something a little bit different. So this week, what I'm bringing to you is an interview with Sean, who is formerly in British Knights, the clan that I joined for Man Without a Clan. And so I thought we'd sit down and talk about things and the game and everything like that. So there'll be a few episodes like this, and so I'm hoping to get some good guests. And so if you're interested in being on the podcast, why don't you let me know? I'd like to do some special episodes, make this little brief hiatus without Boneyard time for you guys, where we can get you in and all that good stuff. So here is the episode, special episode number 1. We're not going to do numbers because we'll resume the numbers when Boneyard is back. So, here it is. Here's my interview with Sean. And we're back, finally. Clash of Clans, fans in the stands. Welcome everybody to WBSMT Radio, coming to you live from Scotty's basement. But we don't have Boneyard here with us today. Because he's been so busy with his moving that he didn't have time. And so to get some content out for you, we decided to do some special episodes coming up. And today I am here with Sean from Knights Incorporated. How do you spell that?
That would be Knights. Knights is in the medieval term.
Okay.
And yeah.
And but is it 2 words?
Yeah. Knights Incorporated. In our clan name, it's Knights Inc. INC period. So.
All right. So, okay. So we met a long time ago, and we talked about you on the show. A
little bit.
This is Sean from British Knights, and that's the clan that I did the whole Man Without a Clan. The only one I did, but
correct.
But this last month has been limbo, trying to get everything going. And I should apologize, I guess, right now for 18 minutes of episode 20. It was our awesome special episode, and we were excited about it. And I made a stupid mistake when I was editing and lost it and couldn't get it back. So I apologize for that, everybody that got the first 18 minutes. But I took it down as soon as I got the first comment. But I still think if somebody was subscribed on iTunes or something, I think then it went to them. So I've had that happen before, like in the earlier episodes. But
yeah. You guys were on the precipice of something awesome, and it was like, oh, it just cut out right there. I was like, oh,
yeah, we were just about to go in. We figured out a new way to do the voicemails, ways to make it easier and stuff. So I don't know what the hell happened, and so it was really embarrassing. And the funniest thing is I don't even know if it was in the first 18 minutes or not, but we were talking about our top 5 things, and I'm like, yeah, well, I think we got the tech errors pretty much nailed down now, and and so I had that in there, and I'm like, I seriously, I got up. I think Korg had commented on the website, and I was just like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And I didn't even get mad. I just kind of was like, all right, it happened. Fuck, And I was just like, okay, move on. All right. Yeah, here we go. So sorry. Yeah, I got a little sidetracked, but so you were in British Knights. Is that where we were going? I'm trying to think.
Well, yeah. So it's where I originated from, basically. British Knights, primary clan. Most of the gaming time that I've been on, COC. So,
How long have you been playing now?
I started playing back in, I'd say September of
Okay.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was right at the end of September, I think. So it's coming up on a year, which is absolutely like nuts to me.
Exactly. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I haven't spent a whole lot of money in the game. I've only bought my 3 builders from 3, 4, and 5 on, and I was like, this is a pretty cool game. I was like, I give a little kickback to the developers. They certainly could use some appreciation, a little money as a show and keep it going. But it's like, I ain't not.
Yeah. It's kind of like you get stuck in that, like, I should buy some stuff because it is a free game and, you want to.
Yeah.
And part of it is like, well, they advertise it as free. So it's like, well, why can't it be free? And then, yeah. So, I mean, I don't feel so bad, but I think I just really spent money only on builders. And I think I could have got away without 5.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, yeah. Even 5 now. I think 4 is probably your best bet to just stick at, because 5, once you get to Town Hall 8 and you kind of max out there and you move into Town Hall 9, or if you go to Town Hall 10, if you're really rushing it or whatever, that you're just you're not going to make enough resources unless you're buying it to max out the builders' utilizations. I mean,
Yeah. And it's kind of like one of those things where you go in and now that you have 5 and there's 2 of them that aren't doing shit.
Yeah.
And like, it's like a guilt trip that I have.
What is that? The fucking builder over there sleeping right now. Jeez,
Oh, jeez. Scared me. I was like, well, yeah. I was like, yeah. So it's like, that always just makes me feel bad. And actually, I was looking today and I'm like, oh, I have 4 builders working, which is, I have no idea how, because shit is getting so ridiculously expensive that I'm like, I don't even know what to do next or what to go for. So I'm just like, just to manage it, I'm going for making sure I have enough money to do the research and things like that. But I'm like, I'd love to get a highest level expo, or a next higher level expo, but it's like 5 million gold.
Oh my gosh! I mean, don't even tell me that. I'm scaring me already.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I know. So it's like, well, I could have 3 builders working, or have 1 like 5 days from now. So it's just like, oh, I don't even know what to do. But yeah, so it's been cool. So what level are you on?
I am at. Let me see here. No. I just reliving real quick. Actually, I think I'm at. Level 89. I've most of my level. I'd probably say about 5 or 6 levels I've gained probably through the course of the game when they started counting that, unless they started it from the beginning. I don't know. Is through troop donations, but
yeah, okay.
You get the 5 experience points for every troop that you donate. So, or every experience point that you donate. But the thing is that. I've really tried to, max out everything at the town hall level I'm at before I go forward. And now, when you get to Town Hall 8, that's where the slowdown, that curve hits that spot where it's like.
Well, yeah. If you look at it, I think if you look at the statistics or something, it says like, I mean, like there's a huge amount of time at Town Hall 8. Where there's just stuff to do. And now I'm like, I don't even know, what I'm doing. Like, I'm just like, okay, do I go for walls? Do I go for, and everything's so expensive, it just takes forever. So it's like, it's hard to know the goals.
Right. And it's like, the walls are important in my opinion, but at the same time, it's like, if you want to keep like kicking some ass, then you need to, get the better troops. You want to defend yourself. The better defenses are higher up, and the walls are what really sets you back as far as a grind goes. So it's
So what are you maxed out on walls? What color are you at?
I would say that I am probably 70% black on level 8 walls, max for Town Hall 8. The perimeter of my base is still level 7 purple walls. And I'm just like, I've had my elixirs maxed out for a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's like I could be doing I could be doing Dark Elixir drill updates.
Yeah.
I could be doing
the
research.
painful one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm just you know what? I'm done with it.
You know, I think walls are important to a point because I've noticed, going
Preach to me,
in.
please.
What's that?
I said, preach to me, please.
Well, I think like after the blue walls, at purple, what is it? Level, I gotta refresh my screen here. But, when I'm attacking people, it's like, it's almost, I don't know. I wonder how much it's worth it. Mm-hmm. Because the higher you get, now you've got jump spells, and it's like, it's like what people are going to attack you at. Like, I have no desire to, like, rush
Hog
to...
riders.
Yeah, the hog. Oh, my God. Going to level... I don't have level 8 walls. Everything's at level 7 almost. But I'm like, I need an expo. Or I need like an upgraded expo. I'm like, I don't know if I can justify that.
I know. So. I can't tell you how many times I skipped a base just because I saw, one or two, or 3 expos. So I'm just like,
oh yeah, yeah. It's just like a detour. I mean, it scares people away. And I don't really like. I have it set up. I guess when you put the town hall outside, and I noticed this when I visited your clan. Mm-hmm. Is that a farming technique?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't really think about it, but I was like, well, if I had a lot of shit and I was going for stuff, it'd be the best way to protect it. Mm-hmm. But I suppose as you get going, because you guys did that trophy push in your clan.
Yeah.
So, and we've never really done that, so...
And you know what? I'll tell you what. I think that doing trophy pushes occasionally, I think is a good thing overall for the group of the clan. I think really more of on a personal level, but if you can get everybody to do it, here's why. It really, as you go up, I mean, obviously the bases get harder. You get faced with higher town hall levels, people who have more maxed out defenses. And it really makes you try to analyze the bases differently because, they've got that, there's always a weakness in one base. There's always something there. Even Jorge Yao would probably say that is like, he could look at something that's like, right here's where I can go in. And, if you can find that one weak spot, then when you go back down, you're done with the trophy push or whatever, man, like all of a sudden bases at lower trophy levels are like,
yeah,
dude, you're fucking dead.
So. I was about to bash you, nerd.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. So I guess maybe I'm the only idiot out there, but can you kind of talk about what the trophy push is? I mean, I have a pretty general idea and kind of get it, but like, what is it?
I would say that trophy push in general is just rallying everybody that's in your clan to move away from worrying about protecting all of your resources and trying to, accumulate as many cups or trophies as they would call, and get as many as you can, and just get as high as you can. Obviously,
So the clan gets a better ranking, right?
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Because when I visited, I can't remember what.
See where you stack up,
Yeah. Like, when I visited, I can't remember what number they said you guys got to before, but I thought it was pretty high.
Actually, I think when you were there, I think it was probably the first push. It might have been the second. I don't know.
It was I left right before the 4th of July.
Yeah. I think we actually got back in, we got into the top 400 or we just broke 400. So we
really?
Yeah, we did pretty good. I would have to say I was pretty proud. I was impressed.
That's awesome.
But, I mean, it's kind of neat to see, okay, so when you decide to do that, what is the strength of your steel? What is the test of your metal? I mean, what's going on there? So,
well, I was, and I guess we haven't really, I never really talked about, my time with you guys, because we were talking about you coming on. And so I was kind of, waiting, but it was a whole different experience for me. Like, I come from Minnesota Nice where it's, it's just us, we don't have a feeder clan, none of that. And then going in there and just kind of seeing how much bigger, I guess, like your community was.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because you'd see people coming in and out, but you know what? You could not donate to save your life. It was
No.
like I would try to hit, and it wouldn't go, because somebody was always on it.
You're right. Now, I'll tell you what, I will give you, there's one caveat about that. Where you were at, I mean, you didn't really get to go into the other clan, British Pirates, but I would say that where British Knights was at, they have a collection of people that was extremely active. And so whenever you put a request out, boom, you were like immediately, had some attention. And so that was a good thing about British Knights, and I had to say about that. But
and it was, and I noticed that people were moving between the clans.
Yeah, they did do that,
and so that was, it was just kind of strange, and it's like, people have been there for a long time, but I think the one thing that kind of worked against it for me was just the time zone, because I wasn't when I play. It's when most of the people were like asleep. So it was just, so at the end, I started to really notice that, and I knew there was always people around, but late evening usually. I'll play during the day and stuff, but
like, what's late though? Like
midnight.
That's late.
Like 10 to midnight or something when I'm watching like a movie or something.
Yeah.
And I'll check in through the day, but it's just like, it just didn't quite sync up with my schedule. But I think if I was playing more like during the day, it would have been
You have to admit, though, I mean, given the term British Knights, it was predominantly European players that were that comprised or composed the clan. So a lot of them at the time maybe were just waking up or...
Yeah, that's about the time it was. Because I think Curse, that was the clan leader, I believe.
Yeah, he still is.
He was like in Finland, I think, and he was like coming on at
He's
5 in the morning.
He's living in Sweden.
Sweden.
Ish.
Yeah. Whoops.
Where the blondes are.
Sorry, I apologize to that, Curse. Yeah, but it was really cool. So, so then you were just kind of telling me before we started recording.
Yeah.
What's happening now? You left British Knights? Well,
you know what? I tell you what. A little backbone there. Little ground story leading up to where British, where we're at now. There was quite a few of us that has started to lose some interest in the game, and really, I think a lot of that stemmed from the length and duration of our play. I mean, we've been playing a game since September, October of 2012. I mean, geez,
it's almost a year.
On a phone, I mean, or an iPad or whatever. I mean, it's like a long freaking time.
It's a long time.
Yeah,
it's actually kind of embarrassing in some ways, but I mean,
well, I'm a major PlayStation 3 player. I mean, I love my video games, but I tell you what, I mean, I haven't completed Grand Theft Auto 4. I haven't completed Final Fantasy 13. I've got all kinds of games stacked on my shelf that I haven't finished yet. And I'm sitting here playing this damn game that had no end. So it's like, hell. So I got a little burnt out. And my gameplay lagged a little bit. Also had a major life transition. We got moved into a new house. So that was, at that time, affecting my ability to play some. And there was, I'd say about 3 of us that, we started to realize that we noticed that we weren't on much, and we said, it's like we started talking on Kick, which is, that instant messenger application on iOS. And we just like, we're not playing much anymore. We started talking. It was like, we didn't like some of the things that were going on. The clan's core, I don't know. I want to...
Purpose.
Core purpose or core ideology. I guess what they go by, their constitution, kind of started to shift a little bit, and you know what I mean. And it's like because the clan started to get really, really powerful. I mean, it started getting some really powerful players in there, and it's like some things happened. A player got kicked. by one of the second in command, and then all of a sudden it was a major fallout from it. There was some major powerful players like, I don't know what's going on. There wasn't a vote, and it's like, and so it's like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, this is not unusual.
This is amazing that all this is taking place on a
while you're there.
Yeah, well, you're on like a iPhone device. It's just kind of funny, or iPad or whatever. It's like,
right,
this shit gets pretty complicated,
It's like major politics all of a sudden,
right? That's why I always wish that they would have it on a map, where your clan was in one place, and then you could start to war against people around you, or like expand, or take it to that next level where you're like, you add that dimension where real rivalries could happen and stuff like that.
Agree. Yeah,
because like you talk about, people have like talked about being able to attack a certain clan, but for most people it'll be like, well, who do you even go attack? But if you've got like a neighbor sitting over there and he's like, and then you go in and your clan could start expanding, or I just think that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, like, yeah. Well, the whole thing when you got feeder clans or whatever like that, like that's I think as you're maybe starting to play the game, like that makes sense. Like, oh, we got so many people, we can't even hold all these people. They're so awesome. It's like, oh, start a feeder clan part 2. It's like, it's like, well, it kind of makes sense, and it works for a lot of the bigger clan people. Yeah. So
I guess maybe the people that want to be like super social and have like a bigger community, but man, that's a lot of work.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
And I tried. I tried to, it's like you can use Kick Messenger, which can, suddenly blow up your frickin' phone. I mean, forget about it. It's like you got to turn that shit off because it's like, I can't hear this.
I can't hear if my troops are ready for battle.
Right.
Thank
you very much. Yeah. Or you can use different ones, either use Glassboard or something like that. But that's why I invested into like building a forum like some of the other clans have done, and Supercell obviously has for themselves. They have a forum.
Oh yeah.
So
I never go there though. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I go there sometimes, but I tell you what, I think that's a forum situation is really for diehard people. And
so, what do they talk about in there? I mean,
where
in the forums?
Yeah, in the Supercells.
Yeah, in the Supercell one.
Well, they have all kinds of categories of talk. They have artistic, creativity type things where like you're creating video, you're creating artwork, you're creating ideas. They have general where you're just talking about different aspects of the game. They have suggestion forums. They have all kinds of different facets that you can kind of go into that are appropriate for Clash of Clans. And, it's kind of cool. You can go in there and you can talk and blah, blah, blah. But, at the same time, I'm not really sure what the entire majority demographic is there.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I've posted quite a bit in there.
There's so much stuff out there. I think, Clash Clans.
It's like seconds.
I basically just go to the wiki, and then I'll check their Facebook page just because, like the new troop with the update that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen her in action, but. So okay,
seen her on YouTube. She's hot.
Is she
hot? That's healers. That's
yeah.
She's good though.
Could have like a beauty pageant for all the troops.
Oh, that would be sweet.
And then you'd have like all the dialogue, like
archers.
Yeah, like you'd write in the answers or something like that. And
what would you do for world peace? I would.
The cleaner would win. The one that walks around brushing things all day.
Yeah.
She'd be like, it'd be like something out of the movies. Somebody fixes her up and, puts her in there. So, well, I guess let's, just finish up with what you're doing now with Knights Incorporated. What is this new one?
Yeah, sorry. So we got a little tangent there.
Yeah, that's all right. We always do.
So we formed a new group, Knights Incorporated. Basically, we're trying to hold and re-solidify all the tenets that we were part of in the original British Knights group. Knights Incorporated it's kind of like a unified group of people. I mean, Incorporated also has a connotation of business, so that's what I've kind of drawn that and melded all together. Is that it's a group of people that has the same ideals and it's unified, and we're business of rating, man.
That's awesome. So, I mean, what kind of ideals? I mean, you talk about that, just like how you should play, like etiquette, that kind of stuff, or
It's basic, and it's probably not any much different than other clans. It's probably, basic etiquette for saying, please for troops, or, saying, hey, thanks, Scotty, for them archers. It's like, thank you, Scotty. When you get something back, or, we try to keep it adults only, as far as we can screen and tell from people, unless they fib, always get people that sneak in. As far as
liars.
Hoppers, hippity hoppers, hoppers.
That's something like it's like I feel like Boneyard in a lot of ways, because there's all this lingo out there about but clan hoppers I had no idea about. Just join a clan, and I had no idea about them until I think it was like right when I joined you guys or something. Like,
no shit.
Yeah. Well,
you guys are hopping in and out of your clan?
No, because I think we've always been full. And so you'd only get people that came and stayed. So we didn't really see any of that. Like, you might have somebody come in and then leave, but it's always like,
oh my God.
Oh, didn't,
I mean, even in BK, you'd have people like they would like join, and then like they would post 2 times and it'd be like, bye.
Bye, yeah.
And
it was funny too. Like the man without a clan stuff, I started to really go like, people just do come and join other clans or go see other people's clans.
Sure.
And it's like, it's a whole different realm that I'm, learning about still, but
sure. And just to set the record straight, we at Knights Incorporated do actually allow people to go and visit other clans that got friends, family, or whatever. Knights Incorporated, like I said, I decided to take an artistic approach with it in a comedic sense vein, and I started making some YouTube videos with it. And it's not
like
live gameplay.
Like what kind of YouTube videos?
YouTube videos in the sense that they're not live gameplay of Clash of Clans, but they've got the Clash of Clans influence.
All right, and we're back. I guess we had a little tech glitch there. We lost the call. It can't be episode of Clash Clans without some tech error. So, remember what we were talking about? I'm not.
Yeah.
You're right in the middle of saying something and it cut out.
So I think we were right at the spot where we're talking about why a group of us kind of broke off, and so like I was saying, it was like the 3 of us broke off, had our own ideals, and we were starting to get kind of bored with the game, I guess, and we were kind of missiled by the way the clan was changing, and so we were just like unhappy with that, and a person got kicked out. Second in command kicked them out, and a lot of the players, a few of the players, not a lot, dropped out all of a sudden. It was like, oh, they're like,
all of a sudden, it's like,
it's like, oh Jesus, it's like, we didn't have a vote on this. It's like, wow, and so like the leader didn't back up the second in command, and it was like,
and you guys used to vote, right?
Actually, no. I mean, it was like, most of the, you have the leader, and then we have a couple that were called second in command, who were essentially, from the foundation of when that clan was formed. And, and so whatever that person said went. I mean, it was like, it wasn't a question. It was like that person was trusted for their decision. So, and so that, sorry.
No, sorry. Keep going.
Oh, so it's just like, that person's decision was basically called into question, and it was like, it's not a question. We laid out the reasons, and not we, but they did, and it was like,
how did the rules form in that clan? I mean, because this is like it's all interesting because we kind of just have our clan, and we don't, but you guys had like a larger community because you did that website and you did all that stuff, but I mean, it kind of blows my mind, and I wonder, if other people listening, if they have like similar experiences. 'Cause
Sure.
I know like Titus was talking about starting clans and stuff, but were you at the beginning of British Knights?
No. I think I came in probably a couple months after maybe that even started. And they started out as British Knights, and then they decided to actually fall back into British farming because they weren't high enough or powerful enough in as far as their levels to take on. Obviously their whole goal was to like break in the top 200 or something like that. So they fall back into British farming. I was looking for a farming clan at that time, and that's how I found them, because I was searching for farming in the search clans query.
Cool.
So I found them, and I was all interested in like the whole British aspect of it and everything like that. I don't even know why.
But were there already rules made up about this is how things work, or did that kind of come?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was already well established, huh?
Oh yeah, it was ingrained in me whenever I got into their clan and everything. Like his first thing when I came into the clan, I was like, "What's your age?" I'm like, "Shit, it's 33." Like, "What's your date of birth?" It's like, "Damn, man." It's like, it's
Social
like
security number, please.
Right? Yeah, it was a DNA.
Yeah.
So, it's like, wow, it was just, it's like, but once you got in and you start to get to know everybody, and like they saw that you were active and everything, they were like, they were cool with you. And then you start to build a relationship as far as online goes. And, it was cool.
So with your new clan, did you like lay out rules like right away? Do you guys have that kind of thing going, or?
Well, we had to lay out some rules, I guess. We definitely try to keep it 18 and up. And, we try to identify that, you say you kind of be respectful and be appreciative of who's donating troops to you, and you say thank you to whoever's donating troops to you, just for you to be aware of who's being present.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's online.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think we go through like phases in our clan where it's like, it's like, oh, if you get a dragon or something big, then it's like, oh, thanks, but usually it's just like, oh, because it's just kind of us coming in and, it hasn't been like super talkative, but it's been cool being back, and Boots has been doing an awesome job as a leader.
That guy's cool.
Boots Electric. Yeah, he might be coming on the show one of these days, and he was taking the bar exam. And maybe I should wait for him to be on to tell, but I have to tell it now because I started. He's taking the bar exam, and he put on his Facebook yesterday that he was just at lunch, and a bird shit on him. He was in the middle in the bar exam. He said it was head, and I don't know, like chest or whatever. And so it's like, oh my God, you're sitting there taking that test. And he said somebody else had to be hauled out in a stretcher that morning. So I was just like, oh my God, Boots is going to be ready for this to be done. But he's been doing an awesome job as a leader, always posting things and stuff like that. And just, he's like around, even when he's like studying for the bar exam. So that's
pretty heavy, bar
that's
exam, so.
That's dedication right there.
Exactly.
So
yeah, do that. Carve a little time out of your life when you're taking a bar exam, play a little Clash of Clans. So
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I actually, most of the, we it's tough starting a clan. It's tough maintaining a clan, and sometimes you hit that magical strike where you get a lot of people that are just absolutely enthusiastic about playing the game, and sometimes you don't. And that's when you weed out people, which I think every clan does. And so does ours, and probably so does yours sometimes, maybe. Yeah. So
where do you, I guess, let me ask, because I know we talk about this all the time. I mean, where do you see the game going? Do you, I can't believe it's been almost a year,
right?
And so, and things keep coming up, and it keeps me interested and stuff like that. But I'm like, how long do I play? That type of stuff. Like,
right.
What is the end game? Like, because me and Boneyard talk about that, and it's like, well, how long am I gonna play? And then they, give a Town Hall 10, and it's like,
right. But it's like, well, what Town Hall 10? Oh, it's $5 million for a fucking wall.
Yeah. Yeah,
great.
it's just
Thanks.
like, oh man.
Wow. Yeah.
You know,
Thanks for
at
the
what
upgrade.
point is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so do you kind of have like do you have any sense of the end game for you? Because I mean, it's always like a curious question to me. Like,
Yeah. It's like, when do you stop playing, huh?
yeah,
Is there a stop playing point? I mean, or really, is there? So, or is it like, are you fatigued enough to like you stop? And it's like, well, okay, it takes so much just to like upgrade something. It's like it's not even worth playing anymore because it's just like rating. I'm farming. It's not fun anymore.
yeah.
So,
Well, you know what's? I think when I get to so you know at the higher levels, right? You know when I'm raising a lot of loot for something, I know they're only going to take 200K of each at the most. For for the most part.
yeah,
And so I'm like, if I've got 4 million gold sitting there, I'm like, I can check in more, check in. But I mean, I used to play like constant, and now I'm starting to flip between like games a little bit just because I'm like, well, they're not really gonna take much, and most of the time they just take out my town hall. So
right.
but I mean, it's fun, and I still can't believe I'm playing it, and I got my the new barracks like upgrading, so I can see what
Lucky.
the witch is. It the witch? Is that what
Yep.
she's called?
Yeah.
So the big update that just happened that surprised me because they seem like they're coming faster.
Oh yeah. They have to.
Yeah,
They have to. But I think that they have to in order to maintain their longer playing players. They have to. They have to do something in order, because the reason why is those longer playing players like you and I, we've been playing so long that the upgrades are coming way slower and way slower. So that's why, people that are probably playing 3 or 4 months or just getting into the game, and see these updates coming every like month or 2 months or whatever, 2 weeks or whatever, it's like, Jesus, what's with the upgrades all of a sudden? He's like, another thing is like way out of the reach.
Well, and it sucks though when you get an upgrade and it like doesn't really like apply to you.
And I'm there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, except for some like beneficial side things like the replay.
Yeah, that replay feature that's cool. Is pretty cool.
Damn.
And I should have posted it yesterday. To the clan chat because I got attacked by somebody called Forever Alone, and they were in the Assins. and I think the name by itself was, I was like, okay, that made me stop and think, it's like, so when you join the game, now everybody, I mean, wouldn't that just kind of leak into your consciousness? Like, Forever Alone, how are you doing? It's like,
right.
I'd be like, okay.
That guy was a serious emo guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Assins. That
that's the clan I want to be in.
Yeah,
right there.
Assins.
Yes.
Yeah, I look at some people's names and
all about that ass.
It's like, you look at some people's names and you're like, how do people refer to you? If you, like I said, one guy, it was like 103579776 or something like that. And I'm like, what do they call you? Like 103? Yeah. And
just 10 is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I see them all the time. And I can never remember them.
Dude, I have to hit the shift button in order to get to those the numbers first. So it's kind of, can I just call you AL?
Yeah. Yeah. You're making me do 2 steps here.
Stop.
Flip. And this keyboard already is not the best. Right. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm like, I've been tempted by like Town Hall level 10 now. I don't know why, but just because I feel like then there's other
It's the towers, dude. The towers.
Yeah, have you attacked any of those? I haven't.
Yeah, got my ass kicked too.
Yeah, I guess I haven't gone up against too many, but yeah, they are kind of assholes, and they have a long range.
Dude, they're huge. I think they're almost as wide as the Expos.
Yeah, and like it just like you just see it stuck on that one troop, and I'm just like, oh damn it.
Even at like a Dragon 3, it's like you should kick some ass, and all of a sudden it's like it's stuck on it. It's like, oh, you're dead in 2 seconds.
Well, and it was like what we were saying before. Usually like, I think before we started about the Expos. You see some Expos sitting there, so by the time you've got a tower, usually there's like a couple badass Expos or 3, and I'm just like, I can't handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're down, if they're pointing down. I don't understand why people they don't put them up. I know it has less or not as much range, but that's the one thing that deters me because I like a little minion,
Mm-hmm. And I can only see that maybe like, if you've got two, then put one up and put one down at the, and that way you've got coverage for both.
Yeah.
But
because I see those things, if they're up, I'm like, nope, there's absolutely no way I'm taking.
Yeah. And if they're fully charged, this is what I heard. I don't know for certain, because I'm not there yet, but if they're fully charged, it takes 3 minutes almost to discharge a full expo. So it's like, shit.
Well, the only way I could fight against it was to drop a heal spell by the giants and just let them take the brunt of it, But damn, yeah. But I guess you trade off because if you want Dark Elixir, you're going to run into way more of that stuff to get good hauls. But I don't know. So what kind of troops do you use?
Well, right now, I've been grinding for walls. I've been using a 12 giant, 12 wall breaker. And then, so I divide up 12 giants, 12 wall breakers evenly amongst all 4 barracks. And then one barracks, I make barbarians, 1 archers, and then 2 goblins. And for me, that seems like a pretty good tool set to kind of infiltrate and get through certain different defenses and get what I need for, farming. I have to be honest with you. When I was cup rating or going up in the cups, figuring out exactly what to use against town halls or villages that are basically set up for protecting the town hall period, man, that's tough.
Yeah. So,
forget about it.
Some people have really good layouts.
Yeah.
I guess, and I see this in some of the discussions and stuff about the way you set it up changes, what people raid for, and what you want to do. I don't know. I guess because I've never done the cup race, I'm always like, okay, I'll leave it outside. That's only 5. And then I get a, 11-hour shield and I can go, do that stuff. But then you get up there and then you get ass kicked by
you ass smash.
Just, oh my God, just get it handed to you. I think my setup is a little strange, how I have it. And so I think that people have a hard time with it because it doesn't follow the patterns.
I'll be the first to say it looks a little strange.
It's really weird.
I don't know how it actually rated. Personally, so
because you go like it's not something you're used to seeing, and so I kept saying, I gotta redo my base. I gotta redo it, but people haven't. There's been a couple like big smashes, but nothing like I had before. I think it's just that people go, okay, this, is you're gonna. Where do I go in? I would normally go in somewhere like this, but so it's working. So I just kind of haven't been,
Well, you're going to have to deal with the fact that I might actually have to copy your fucking base, okay?
What do you get rated for? Do you get rated all the time?
Well, actually, lately, no, because I have no gold. I have maximum elixir, so people probably that are looking for elixir is probably what I'm getting ready for, but I don't really get rated.
So you're going to Town Hall 9 right now?
I'm working to build the gold up to start the.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm done with the fucking walls. I'm done with it. I can't do it anymore. I'm done.
I know. It's just like and especially when you first start, because it's like, oh, there's one.
Right.
Where do I put it? And then it gets going. I'm like I said, I don't know how much. I know they help up to a certain point, but at that point, I think there's other things that are important. But yeah, but it's what? Then the thing that sucks about going from 8 to 9 is that you've got all of that elixir sitting there, and as soon as you get to 9, it's all gone, and that's all you want.
Oh, really?
Is just elixir because everything.
That's the thing that people like. They I know Supercell pushes like, oh, it's all based on cup levels and everything, but there's always that town hall balancing equation where if when you upgrade to a new town hall level, if you're rating a town hall level below you, then you're going to take a 10% cut or whatever it is. I can't forget the percentage, but
yeah, I can't remember if it was like 5% or I don't know. It's like or 50. I don't know, but yeah, now they changed it, so that's one thing about not going to 10. I don't know. I just am like,
oh, I've heard that 10. I've heard that if you ain't got your shit maxed out, like at 8 or 9, that you going to 10, you're screwing yourself.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of actually like bad players that have, a town hall level 10 and then like shitty everything else. I'm like, hello, I'm going in for this, So I'm like, Mikey Cruds rushed to town hall 10. I mean,
how do you?
And it's kind of embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for those people because like you walk in and then there's like a wooden, I mean, not even the archers are like far up. You've got like maybe 2 and then 1 archer that is on the wooden tower thing. Yeah. And I'm just like, what did you do that for?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I mean, because you're not going to have any troops, or good troops and stuff. I don't know. It's just like,
you know what?
They're fun though.
I was just thinking about what Biggity Boneyard was talking about as far as like upgrading his walls. He was confused, I think, about, maybe he wasn't confused, but he was like, why do people why do people upgrade their perimeter walls their internal walls first and not upgrade the perimeter walls, first? It's like have the max, the higher level walls on the outside of the base as opposed to doing it on the inside. And I can tell you why. And I learned this from the best.
Hit me.
You ready for it?
I'm ready for it. It's happening.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Sorry, take this in. Okay, so they're going to waste... Wall breakers expensive. You only got a few. Most people only got a few in their hands. And you only have some time to waste on that shit, right? So you're going to send in some giants, send in some blah, 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 send in some golems. Send in some wall breakers because they're distracted. Boom, they're in. And second one, maybe boom, they're in. But now all of a sudden, all I got is a bunch of fucking barbarians and shit.
Yeah,
can't get in because all those fucking strong walls are now on the inside.
Yeah,
now they're screwed because they can't get to those inner resources, the gold collectors and shit, and and stuff like that.
That's what I say. Start with the interior ones too, because because it only takes one bomb,
right,
to get through, and then it's going to the next thing. So if you're protecting the most, the highest, the things that you want to protect, that bomber's gotta first of all not be stupid enough to like just go to it, the outside, but has to find it. And then once they do get there, by the time they're running in, there's like cannons firing, shit like that. Half of them don't even survive.
Right.
And so, yeah, I would definitely start with the inside walls.
And and it seems counterintuitive to do it that way, but it's actually better for your...
I wouldn't do it with I wouldn't put them around necessarily all the storage things, let's say.
Right.
I do a second tier out because I'm like, well, the damn archers can just stand next to it and
exactly
shoot over it.
You're right. Yeah.
And if you're that far in and your barbarians in there, they're going to be able to get in, give it a few times. So I think mid walls, that's where I would say.
That's a good spot, but not the out ones.
No, go with them last.
No.
I mean, they have to be reasonable. I mean,
yeah, they can't, well,
don't put everything, don't go to level 8 or 9 walls on the inside and then have wood on the outside.
That'd be sweet. I know there's people out there that do it though. Of course, I'm going to be there in a second, I'm sure. So, well, probably about 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So what else is new in the update? This just happened yesterday. And so I actually started my witch upgrade. So I can't wait to see it. Just the barrack upgrade.
Oh, so you're upgrading the barracks. Okay.
Yeah. So I was ready. I had that.
Do you have any idea what it takes to upgrade the witch to level 2?
No, I haven't looked on the wiki yet for that. I don't even want to know right now.
Oh, shit.
Because I was looking at, the Valkyrie, I think, is at 40,000.
Oh, fuck. I forgot, dude. It takes Dark Elixir to upgrade that shit.
Yeah. That's why the drills. You have to do the drills right away. But what is it like? And the golem is really expensive to upgrade.
It's like 60,000 just to level 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's something ridiculous. I'm like,
Uh,
and and I've seen him in action, and it's kind of cool now because of was it just yesterday that the replay came, or was it with the ability to be able to add it to the clan chat?
Yeah.
Was it just yesterday?
Yeah, it was with the update. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I thought that was really cool. I got to see that.
And your defense up. You understand that it works both ways. It's for your attack and if people that raid you, and if you can share your defense plays too.
Yeah, and that's actually really cool because Melb in our clan, he shared one and he's got just an awesome layout. It looks like a flower almost. But he shared it, and this guy came after him, and he nothing. And there was a golem in there, and it's like it doesn't do anything. I mean, I think you have to like get through walls, and I've tried them a couple times, but it's like
what level yours?
0.
Me too.
1. I'm totally not. There's nothing in me. There's nothing in me because now I'm like, I'd rather use the queen because she's free. She's free, every hour and a half. She's not a prostitute. She's a queen, Deb. Yeah, but I'm going up to level 10 with her right now. So I've been putting my elixir into that. All right, back from another quick tech hiccup, but we were talking about the update, and I'm trying to think what other things were in there. And I guess I didn't. I mean, the replay was really cool. I'm excited to see what the witch does, but what other things? Are there minor things that happen?
Yeah, wall breakers.
Oh, yeah. Level 6 wall breakers. But you have to have Town Hall 10, don't you?
Yeah, and guess what? They're not really all that much powerful.
Yeah.
They only actually one wall breaker breaks up. Was it level 6 wall? So
okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a disappointment in a way. I mean,
yeah. They really
kind of glad though.
They need to do something just like in a coming update that like is a really big surprise. Like I'm telling you, they need to have something on the water.
They need to have like epic thing, right?
Yeah, it needs to be like a water thing or something like.
Oh yeah, water. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Something that kind of changes the game up a little bit. I think that would be cool just to see something like a major overhaul. Something where
2.0,
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, it's fun and everything, but I'm just thinking like, what because what's going to be the next Dark Troop, because there's like so many to go, and I'm like, I'm never going to be able to research them all.
Yeah, they got 5 left. They've got I had an idea actually about alliance leagues.
Oh, okay.
Which is a step above clan competitions, I guess. So like, you've got player competitions, which ranks your best player who's got the most cups. Then you got the clan competitions, who has the clans that got the most cups. And I'm thinking about alliance leagues where you form an alliance between all up to, and I don't know, the magical number seems to be 50, right?
Yeah.
So you could have up to 50 clans in an alliance. Now here's the thing though, how do you communicate between those clans? So it's only got to be the leaders communicating in a private chat amongst themselves.
Yeah. It would be kind of cool if the clan was your individual clan in your village contributed to some larger thing.
Yeah.
Which would be because I just wonder, I mean, cuz that we talked about, I read in that article about the designer wanting it to be a game people play for 10 years.
Shit.
And it's like, I bet there's got to be a lot of stuff. So I don't know. Have you been playing any other games? Like, me and Boneyard kind of get into that stuff. I mean, what are the other things you go for?
Well, I tell you what, I played The Last of Us PlayStation 3 game.
Okay.
Kind of like a zombie shooter.
I can't do zombie shooters. You know why? No? I used to do this. I think it was, I can't remember what it was. Was it Resident Evil? Did they do a zombie one? but it was for the Wii, and I I don't get scared at movies, and I don't, but I played that and I had nightmares like every night.
No
because
shit.
when the things would pop up, and I don't know what it was, so I had to actually just like quit playing because I'm like, this is giving me nightmares. But maybe on other things. That's me dorking out. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. It's okay. I mean, we're all here for each other, right?
Right.
So I give you a pat on the back.
Unite.
Yes, exactly. Fist bump on that. I don't know.
Any other app games?
App games? Yeah, actually, there is Badland. Have you played that one?
No.
Now, that's kind of not much strategic in its core, but it's pretty cool. You know, it's basically a touch-centric side-scrolling type of game. And it's like this. Basically, it's weird. It's like a porcupine ball that you touch, and when you have your finger on it, it floats up. When you take it off, it floats down, and try and navigate it. Yeah,
it's hard because it's like there's
a lot of shit out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I actually checked out this one today. It's called Battle Beach, but it's exactly like Clash of Clans.
No way.
Yeah, except for there's guns. And
cool.
A little bit of different things, but I was like, it's exactly like it. So I'm trying it out a little bit, but it's not Clash of Clans. That's kind of the thing. Like it looks so much like it in a lot of ways. But
there's a couple copies out there of Clash of Clans, and they suck.
Yeah, and this, like I think the community's well developed and everything with this stuff. So, well. So that's about it with the update. I'm all right with it. And it's at that point, like it's summer, and so playing is always like you'd change it up based on how busy you get and things like that.
It's hard.
So
it's hard.
So it's but yeah, now I'm back. I'm actually gonna go for the expo, I think.
Well, I'm going for the town hall.
It's going to take me like 80 days. So when I check back in the next podcast, I'll still be working on it. So any strategies or anything like that you think of, that anything new that you learned? Because I'm trying to think like I watched somebody attack me, and they did an awesome job at distracting the defense. And then bringing in the archers right to the other side, and the things didn't even turn. So it was like,
I'll tell you what.
And I learned from that and then I started thinking about even how and when I'm dropping the troops, and then I realized something else today. Don't put your damn troops that you got from everybody else from your clan castle right near the action, because I do that, and then the bombs or the mortars just start.
Oh, they
hammer them. You know, and I'm like, you know what?
You're screwed.
I'm screwed. And I'm sitting here going, that's so stupid. I can't believe I was doing that. But that's one of my new observation strategies.
You ever watch Godson on YouTube?
No.
Dude, this guy.
Is that one of your recommendations?
This guy is a comedian, just from the heart. But he makes some of the most killer videos of ridiculous shit. He spends a lot of money, apparently, upgrading his crap. But I'll tell you what.
Godson?
Godson. Godson. Look it up. You're going to laugh your ass off.
I'm writing it down.
Get that money. So here's the thing about him. He teaches you a couple really cool tricks. Here's one of the things that I learned about from watching his videos. Okay, so distract your enemy's Barb King away from his, the village, and and then take like a couple minions, and like they will start attacking him. But here's the thing: he can't attack them back. So it's like all you got to do is just like drop another troop back over here to make him come back away from the village where all the cannons and the mortars and the wizard towers are at, and that way. Over and over and over, and he can't hit him, and you don't have to spend any more resources than a couple minions to take this fucker out. Period.
All right, so we had a little break in the audio there, but basically it was just like for like 2 seconds. But so you're basically saying if you do that, that's an awesome idea, because then you waste less troops
Oh yeah.
Because I'll send in all my archers and draw them away. But if I can just hang one there and throw 2 minions, that.
Right. Yeah. Or it might take 2 or 3 barbs or whatever, just for long enough for the minions to take their work on them, because the king cannot attack the minions.
Yeah.
So as long as you can keep distracting the king away from the village.
I hate it when I get into some place and minions come out of the people's clan castle, because I'm like, by that time I've usually already distracted the king and wasted my archers, and then I'm like, oh, those little fucking bastards are gonna like kill me. It's like it's just like the dragon. So and that's the other thing I always have to remember is drop at least one troop by the clan castle, because there's nothing worse than getting inside and you're just about ready to take the loot, and then here come like 50 archers and 2 minions, and you're already spent, and it's like, oh my god, here I go. And I drop a rage spell hoping it'll work. No, it doesn't work, and then I usually fail. But
do you use a lightning spell to draw? No?
No, do you?
Oh man, I love doing this. So I like to take a barb really close to the clan castle, draw up a bunch of the clan castle troops, keep drawing them out, even if I keep dropping another barb, just to keep drawing them out, and then boom, drop one lightning spell, they're all out, and boom, they're all dead.
Yeah. So keep going.
Oh, it's like boom, man. Game on.
You know what? I actually, and I don't even know if I talked about this last week in 20 when I was doing 20, the one that will be done twice. I was talking about that. Like, it was nice having a lightning spell, because I could drop it right on the troops coming out of the thing. But I usually go with a rage spell, because I'm like, I can usually get more out of it, I think, that way. But any other strategy things? I think we're kind of getting close to an hour here. So
obviously, yeah.
It's so easy to talk nerd. I mean, it's like
time flies.
Yeah,
shit,
it's crazy.
Shut up. You know what though? I think we should save it for another episode, maybe.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's we'll be back and talk about more strategies. Any books, movies? This is our normal. I have to piss segment, I guess. We'll do abbreviated one. Anything new? Any recommendations out there?
I'll tell you what. I've been listening to this one audiobook called The Fade Out. It is not the most engaging from the first half, but it is pretty good from the second half on. It's about this UFO that basically lands and basically disrupts all satellite and radio communications across the entire world. And so they're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And they find the location of where this UFO is at, and they're trying to, figure out, what's it doing here and stuff like that. And I'm only halfway through it, but it's pretty good, listen so far. It's a little slow at first, but...
have you done World War Z? Have you read that?
No, not yet.
That's awesome. And that one, if you like that one, Robopocalypse is written just like that. Of course, True Blood's been on, so I've been nerding out on that. Dexter is back in the newsroom, which I love.
Love Dexter.
Yeah, it's awesome this season. And what did I see this week? Oh, I went and saw Wolverine, which I liked. I don't think people are going to. Some people are not going to like it because there's not super tons of action.
That dude is ripped.
Yeah, and he gets like the shit kicked out of him, and so it's not like the typical like. I thought there'd be a little bit more action, but it was more like it kind of reminded me of Iron Man 3, where it's more about the character. But I guess it's getting good reviews, so I liked it a lot.
I haven't seen Iron Man 3 yet, but
it was awesome. It was awesome. I can't wait.
I like it.
I went and saw The Heat again yesterday because that movie's so fucking hilarious. And it's one of those movies where you go to it and then you get out and you can't remember the best lines because there were so many of them. So that one was that rocked. But of course, Falling Skies is on. I love alien invasion stuff, so I wrote down that book. And I've just read The Beam. It's actually a good start to a series. But
what about that one with the White House falling apart?
Oh, which one? The ones that just came out. Olympus has fallen, or was it White House Down? I think Olympus has fallen. Down. I saw a long time ago, but I didn't go see White House Down because I was like,
Jesus Christ! Are you saying that they're putting the White House on the pedestal of freaking Mount Olympus, the gods of?
Yeah. So I mean, it looks cool, but I'm like, that's strange. 2 movies in once, but. Mm-hmm. So, any other recommendations get going?
No, sorry.
Well, Boneyard's probably rewatching Practical Magic right now as we're talking.
And I won't have to check that one out. Biggity Boneyard.
Yeah. So so Boneyard, and I'll probably have a little bit at the beginning, but he is moving. There's a bunch of shit that happened, and we explained it in episode 20 that didn't make it, and now he's finally getting it wrapped up, so he'll be back in August sometime. So we'll just do some of these special episodes in the meantime, or when he gets to town, and who knows when it'll come. But so Sean,
the best.
Thanks for being here. I'm sure we'll be doing this
pleasure.
Again. Yep. And keep it clashy, everybody. You can leave comments at clashclanspodcast.com. Oh, and it's I'm trying to remember everything. So, and I don't know if it made it on 20, but we did start a Twitter account, and I don't even really know how this works exactly, but it's at WBSMT Radio. But it's Clash Clans Podcast at WBSMT Radio. But I don't know how you search for that. So.
You search for it. I think it's just
I sound like
at,
Boneyard.
At, and then the rest of it.
So the so the Clash Clans Podcast doesn't even make it.
Nope.
It doesn't make any difference.
Twitter is all about the at bleh.
Okay. Well, there's a couple followers already, so
I'm
join up.
Guys. Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I'm going to.
All right. Do it now that we know how to give out the information. So, yeah, maybe I would have set it up different. I don't know. But then leave us a voicemail. I'm sorry I didn't get to the voicemail. There was just one today, and I think this episode should address the question about where we are. So, but we'll get to more voicemails coming up as we get this rolling, since we're doing this over Skype this time, and once I get the sound stuff set up. So, anyways. Keep it clashy, everybody. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, man.
All right, 42427 Clash.
42427 Clash.
What's that?
42427 Clash.
All right. Clash on, everybody.
Carry on then.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.